guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle. Oh my gosh, I'm almost embarrassed. No, I am embarrassed to show you the state of our house this week. It is November 1st today. And if you watched my video from last week, you heard that we were all sick. And of course, it was Halloween last night, and just the combination of being under the weather and then the craziness of Halloween, the house it went from 0 to 100 in terms of mess. I feel like overnight. It's bad. I have a few hours today and I need to try and make as much headway as I can with this. And I'm going to take you guys along with me. If you like this video, please give it a like, a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment. It would all be great, and I hope you enjoy. I can't believe another Halloween has come and gone already. My guys were a ninja and a policeman for Halloween this year, and they both looked really cute in their costumes. I'm a big fan of costumes that are either thick or can be easily put over top of coats and slush pants because it's usually pretty cold here by Halloween. So these were good costumes to have this year as well. And I don't know about you guys, but when we get home from trick-or-treating, and even when I was growing up and I was a little kid, we like to dump all our stuff out on the floor and take a look at what we got. Sometimes we do a little sorting. So that's why there was so much stuff on the ground. We had been sorting through everything the night before the kids had gone to bed. I love Halloween, I love Christmas, I love pretty much any holiday. I love reasons to celebrate and do fun things and just enjoy days that aren't sort of just our normal days. But I also love when a holiday is done and I get to put away all the decorations and all the trinkets. I think at heart my style is very minimalistic. And so when I have all the stuff out for each of the holidays, I love doing it. I love celebrating with the kids and having all that fun. But the extra clutter after a while, I think, starts to make me feel a little antsy. And once the holiday is done and the celebrating's over, I really do enjoy getting it all put away and just being able to sit in a room that feels a little more empty. I just feel like, I don't know, it's like my mind is clearer when my space is clearer. We've had this IKEA bookshelf storage unit thing, whatever you'd call this black piece of furniture, for I think since at least Finn was born. And we put it in the living room because we knew we wanted storage for the kids' toys. And you can see that there's like some nicks and stuff on the top, and it's been well loved and well used, and it does not owe us anything. But I don't know. I would love to replace it and get something a little bit more grown up and just a little bit nicer to look at. We do have an electric fireplace insert that eventually we'd like to get into the living room, and I want to build a surround for it and have it sort of have like a built-in look. I don't know when that will happen or not. I feel like that's a project I could do myself, but I'm also kind of intimidated by projects of that size. So I'm not sure. But as the kids get older and we don't have to have quite the same number of toys out and available for them upstairs, it would be nice to make the living room a little more functional for like living and relaxing and watching TV, and not just sort of a giant overspilled toy room, if that makes sense. So I don't know. We've been working a little bit on the SketchUp for our kitchen renovation. So it's just been, I've had renos on the mind. And so I've been kind of looking at each of our rooms with different eyes and thinking what kind of changes we could make that would make it look a little bit nicer. So it's probably not something that's going to happen in the near future, but I don't know. I'm always just playing around with things in my mind where it's safe and it doesn't cost any money. So I decided to go ahead and clean these windows, like a deep clean. That cobweb had been there for a couple weeks, and whenever I walked past the window, it would catch my eye, and I had been wanting to get it cleaned. So today, since I was doing most of the dining room anyways, I thought let's just go ahead and get that done. But you can see there's some cobwebs on the outside too, and these windows are not easily accessible from outside. They're pretty high up from our patio. So it's not something I can just kind of like go outside with a broom and easily sweep away. Plus there was some, you'll be able to see once I sweep this or vacuum this up, there's some like dried on dirt on there too. So I figured while I had the screen out, I might as well just do the sill on the outside too, because you can see that from the inside and you can see it from the backyard, and this will just look nicer and cleaner with it all done. And now that we're into November, this will be the last time I'll clean these windows, probably until spring, because I don't imagine we're going to have them open too much over the next 4 or 5 months, which is kind of a depressing thought. But this is not a huge job, but it is a decent job. And I think it's more the mental, like thinking of having to clean this all and take out the screens and put them back in. And so it just felt good to get these done. I think I've mentioned a few times in different videos, if you've watched them, that I don't really know what I want this channel to look like. The cleaning aspect is definitely the niche I've sort of entered for now, and it's been really nice because it's motivated me to keep cleaning and to doing more deep cleaning than I was making a priority before. And it's been fun. I have actually really enjoyed it, and it does feel good to dedicate a few hours in a day to just doing all my cleaning and filming, and then knowing that I have a clean house that's easier to kind of reset throughout the week. But I also don't know if I just want to be a cleaning channel forever. There's just so many things that I don't even know what the right word is for it, enjoy or have passion for or am interested in or want to try out. And I don't really know where all that fits on this channel. And a big part of that, I think, for me is just mental health, because I definitely have anxiety and I suffer from panic disorder, and it's something I'm working on. I want to say every day, although truthfully it's not every day that I'm working on it, but I am definitely always working on it and trying to get myself closer to recovery. And I want my platform, at however it ends up shaping out to be, I want it to be a place where people feel inspired and motivated, but also less alone. And while I want to inspire and motivate people, I also want them to feel like when they come to my channel, they're seeing real life, right? So it's like, yes, I'm getting my whole house cleaned this day. But, it's also important to know that I was also getting over a sickness. And actually, by the end of this day, I was really, really tired because I think I pushed myself a bit too much. You'll see later in the video, I actually had to finish some of the cleaning up after the kids went to bed. And by that point, I was pretty tired and my throat was actually pretty sore. But I just wanted to push through and get it done so that I didn't have to do it another day. But I don't want people sitting here thinking that, yeah, I'm just someone who can push through for 6, 7, 8 hours and do this huge cleaning and then, wake up and repeat. And no, that's not the case at all. As you could see, my house was already a pretty big disaster when I started. And that's the reality, right? I mean, I get it as good as I can. And then over the week, I try to keep up with things, but life gets in the way, and there's days where I'm tired and not motivated, or there's days where the kids are home more than usual, or there's days where we're really busy. And I want that to come across in this channel as well, right? We're a family, we're doing our best, we're constantly trying to better ourselves and do things that are good for our family, but that doesn't mean that we're not also having bad days or fights or dirty homes or takeout and all those things. So I don't know. That's just, I'm up on my little soapbox. And I know I don't have a ton of followers or a ton of people watching this, but these are just things that are kind of on my heart. And I want this channel, no matter what it shapes out to be, I want it to at least be authentic to me. And that's just something that I've been thinking about. So I hope that little rant didn't bore you too much. as I mentioned earlier, I had to finish my cleaning after the kids went to bed. So this is the evening now. And I had started the dishwasher earlier in the day, you saw when I was doing my initial kitchen clean. So I needed to wait for it to finish. And so this is just me unloading that load that was cleaned, because I still had, I'm sure you remember seeing on the counter and in the sink, I still had a bunch of other dishes that needed to be reloaded so that I could finish cleaning up the kitchen. And then I had all my Halloween decorations. I didn't get a chance to get outside and take them all down until after the kids went to bed. So I did that, and then I needed to get them all organized and put away. And then Andrew took them all downstairs for me. Another thing I think I've mentioned previously in some videos is I, about 10 years ago, herniated my L5-S1 in my spine. It was a pretty big herniation, and I have back problems to this day. So as long as I'm just sort of careful and monitor and try to stay on top of exercising and being strong, it's not terrible, but certainly heavy lifting and lifting heavy things for long distances, like those are things that will aggravate my back. So when Andrew's home, whenever possible, I try to get him to do that, and he is usually really good about doing it. I know it's probably frustrating for him because a lot of the heavy stuff then ends up falling on his shoulders, but he doesn't complain too much, and I am very grateful for that, because sometimes it can literally mean the difference between me needing to take meds and a heat pack before bed or having a slower day the next day because I'm sore, and he knows that, and so I think that's why he's so helpful. Anyways, so he helps me take all the decorations downstairs and gets them put away, and then all that's left to do is vacuum, and then I get to set my Brava Jet, which is my robot mop, which is probably the best purchase I've made in years, out to mop the floors while I go and relax and get ready for bed. And I definitely forgot to put my vacuum on its charger, so it definitely died right here. Luckily, I have a broom in the kitchen, so I was able to finish up this last little bit of vacuuming with a broom instead. That is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was definitely a huge clean. It was a full reset of the house. And I have to say, when it was done, like I mentioned before, I was tired, but I was so happy because everything looked so much better. And I knew waking up the next day was going to be way less stressful, walking into a clean kitchen and a clean living room. And I hope you didn't mind some of my musings and thoughts throughout the video, because like I said, I'm just sort of, figuring things out and trying to figure out my path. So I wanted to kind of keep that conversation open and be honest. And I think sometimes just saying it out loud helps me figure things out too. So thank you for giving me that space. And I hope this motivates you guys to do your own cleaning and gives you a little push to maybe get a project done that you didn't feel like you had the energy to do, because I know it definitely makes me feel better when I get those things done. I hope that you're having a fantastic week. Hopefully you're not getting snow like we are. Or if you are, I hope you really enjoy it, or your kids are able to go out and play in it or something fun. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, tell some family or friends about it if you think they would enjoy this kind of cleaning and these topics. And I will see you next week with something I'm really excited for next week's video. There's something pretty gross in it that we're going to be cleaning, and I think you guys will like it. So stay tuned, and I'll see you next week.